Just a minute, I'll be there. Hey, what's up? Come on in, the cafe's open. Yeah, it is good to see you too. Yeah, take a seat. Hey everybody, welcome back. Crossroad Cafe. Saturday, no work, gotta love that. Today, another bass gear review, 1984. Squier Bullet. Made in, you ready? Made in Japan, 1984. Ain't she pretty? Oh, I think so. Oh yeah. She's a good looking girl. Yeah. 34-inch scale. I think the nut is about 1 5/8. Volume, tone. Couple of kind of Fender Mustang type pickups, not your normal P-bass pickups. No body contours, no contour here or a belly cut on the back. So you really don't notice it though. But that's an old style kind of Telecaster headstock. Same with the body, just because it has no body contours, but it is nicely rounded. It's pretty comfortable to play. I have no issues with it. Sits really nice on a strap. I bought this at a pawn shop for a harp and a song, as they say. I got a really good deal on it, and I bought it. If you could put your fingers under the strings, the neck was set up so bad. If you take a close look, you can see got that action nice and low, about 78 thousandths between the fret and the bottom of the string. Fender recommends 93 thousandths. I guess they want you to work a little harder, but I don't like to work that hard. But if you have a heavy touch, that probably works for you. Anyway, this is a beautiful bass. The fretwork is so nice. Beveled edges, no sharp end, no sharp fret ends. I don't know if this is a nitro finish or what, but it's a nice finish. Glossy on the neck. Feels really good. Some people don't like the gloss, but I don't have a problem with it. My hand doesn't really stick to it. Gloss on the front of the neck too. Just this is nice quality bass. The tuners are much higher quality than what Squier is putting on their basses today. And although they work fine, and these have been working for about 39 years, so I don't think they're gonna fail me now. But this is just a nice bass. I'd say it's a 9 out of a 10. Only thing really noticeable on it is the tone and volume knobs are a little bit yellowed, but that's just a little bit of mojo, you know. I wouldn't call this vintage, but some people would. Some people call 1990s vintage. I don't. I'd say 60s, maybe early 70s is vintage, but I guess it's getting vintage. I'm getting vintage. I know that. It's not as old as me, but I'd gladly trade ages with this bass. Anyway, playing through Gens Benz Contour 500, 210s, 500 watts if you add the extension speaker. Good amp. I used to run it with a 115, played in a blues rock band, and we were pretty loud, and I had no issues keeping up with that loud guitar player. Did I say that? I did. Actually, the last guitar player was so in love with himself. But anyway, good amp, cool bass. I'm going to give you a little sound sample of it. I'm going to start with the treble, or the tone control, all the way up. Here we go. Oh yeah. these bad notes are free, no charge. It's not even buy one get one, they're free. So let's roll a little of the treble off. This starts to fatten up pretty quickly. Rolls the tone off pretty quick. Roll it off some more, it starts getting fat. Like grandma's gravy. Bass underwater. Most basses do not sound good with the tone roll all the way off. This one's no exception. Put some back on there, man. Oh yeah, it's better. You might know that I'm not much of a slapper and popper. I'm sorry about that. '84 Squier bullet bass, 34 scale. I think I said that. They may have made some shorter ones too, but this is a full scale, 34. Nice bass. I did want to say, you know, I had to set this up when I bought it, and the truss rod adjustment on this is at the heel of the neck. Technically, you're supposed to take the neck off, adjust it. It's a pain. I was able to take the pick guard off, and you had to be careful because the pickups, these there's some long screws in here. You don't want to scratch the body up if you get one of these. But I was able to get in there with a screwdriver and turn it. This thing's set up really nice, and I did want to say, as far as setting up a bass, there's no need to pay somebody. You can do it yourself. Watch some YouTube videos. I watched some Dave's World of Fun stuff. Shout out to that Guccian guy, and that's how I learned to set up basses. I can get them set up pretty nice now, nice and low, and a lot of people are afraid to turn their truss rod. They think they're going to strip it. It's pretty hard to strip one out. It's got to be pretty inferior quality for that to happen or froze up, but just don't force anything, but don't be afraid to do it. Don't be afraid to set your bridge saddles to height. Yeah, don't be afraid to do that, and just, you know, look online for specs as far as measurements, and honestly, a lot of times now I've set them up so many times I just go by feel. I know about where I like the action to be, but your bridge saddles, they should be straight across when you raise them up and down. Just turn them equally, but like I said, do not be afraid to try to set up your own bass. You can adjust the pickup height. Sometimes if you get them too high, you get some weird sounds, and if you get them too low, sometimes, you know, you don't have, it's not enough output. But it's not hard to set up a bass, so I highly recommend you work on your own. Guys usually charge, I don't know, 75 or 100 bucks to set up a bass, and you can save yourself some money. You can find some deals on Craigslist. A lot of times people have these basses and they're set up so bad, they're like, I can't play this thing, and they just sell them. A guy like me comes along, I'll take that. Take it home, set it up, 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes. Sometimes you got to clean up the frets or whatever, and you got a nice plain bass. So don't be afraid, don't be scared, and you only live once, and life is short, so buy all the basses you can, you know what I'm saying? not really. Material possessions aren't that important. Friends and family are what's important. This is the day after Thanksgiving, and I'm thankful for my friends and my family and every good and every perfect gift that God has given me. And sometimes those perfect gifts doesn't mean it's like, oh, this is great, it's perfect, but sometimes it's God just knows what you need at a certain time in your life, and you might not look at it as a gift, but further down the line, in retrospect, you'll realize that it was. So anyway, God is good. Squier and Fender basses made in Japan in the 1980s are really good. Not as good as God, but they're good. So I highly recommend, if you find something like this, pick it up. They're cheaper than obviously the Made in America. They have stupid prices on some of that stuff. But these are quality instruments you can pick up for a reasonable price. And I am so glad you stopped in the Crossroad Cafe today. Come on back. You have a great weekend. I'll see you next time.